everybody, and welcome back. So today we're going to make this cute little Lovey, or we're going to make a little Lovey using Bert. Alright, so you will need the same tools that you needed in the last one. I'm going to have a small hook, which is the size E, and then I'm also going to be using my K hook. Whoopsies, which is a 6.5 millimeter. This is the primary hook I'm going to be using. This one I'm just going to use for one row to get it started, just like I did in the one that I made for Oscar. If you have not seen that tutorial for the one for Oscar, I will link it in the description box below. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so we're using the Line brand One Hat Wonder, and we're doing Bert. And if you have these, if you're looking at these, the colorway is Bert. B-E-R-T. This is a 4-weight, and it is 100% polyester. If you are not using a One Hat Wonder and you're wanting to follow along but using a different weight, it is a 4-weight, and these are 95 yards. So if you have roughly 95 yards of a 4-weight yarn, you can make this as well using whatever little stuffed animal head you want. If you want one to come out around the same size, your hook size is not important. It just affects the size of your blanket, but you can grab your favorite hook. Like I said, I'm using my K hook because I wanted my blanket to be a little flowy. Okay, same as before. If you didn't see that one, we're going to pull this off. I am a center pull gal, but I'm going to get Bert unattached from this cake or skein of yarn here. He's hung up. There we go. Okay, you will need a pair of scissors and also a metal darning needle. And I like to use a threader. Okay, I am not going to use him as, since I'm not using him as a pom-pom, I'm going to go ahead and cut off this piece of elastic. So grab your scissors, cut down as close to the stuffed head as you can without cutting the fabric. And then you're left with a little Bert head. Isn't he cute? Okay, now then, let me go over here and find my center pull. Oh, that was easy peasy. Sweet. It's a little magnet. Handy dandy little thing to have. Not required, but definitely handy dandy. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and thread my needle. Toss you back over there. And I'm going to pull out probably about 12 inches worth of yarn. We're going to flip little Bert here over. And I'm going to use his mouth here, the edges of his mouth, as my center points for where I'm going to start. Let me scooch back over. I'm trying to stay centered. I'm trying. Here, we're going to move this yarn over here. I'm going to use the edges of his mouth here. And that is going to be my guide. Now, Bert is a little bit skinnier than the other heads. All right, but we're going to start right here. And we're going to take our needle and we're just going to right through the fabric right here at the bottom of the head. What we're going to do is we're going to create a bunch of X's. We're going to do this exactly like we did for the one for Bert. And as y'all see, it's hard to get these needles through it. That's why I suggest using a metal versus the plastic, because the plastic ones, and you know what? We are not going to need that much for Bert. He is skinnier. I'm going to pull back a little bit. Okay. Pull that back through here just a smidge. Okay, now we're going to leave this working yarn that's going back to the skein. We're just going to leave that hanging for the time being. And now we're going to make the first pass going across, which is going to be the start of our X's, which we're going to use to stitch into afterwards. Okay, so just kind of guesstimating, we're going to scooch over about yay far. Not very far at all. maybe, what, 1/4 inch, maybe. Just eyeball it. And then we're going to do this all the way across, pushing the needle through the fabric. Golly, Bert, you are... Nah. I was hoping he would be easier. I did one for Big Bird that I did not film up, and it went through a lot easier than the one did for Oscar, so I was hoping Bert would be like that, but he is not. Okay. So what we have created is this little slant, this little slash. And then when we come back across in a minute, we're going to create an X. You'll see that in a sec. All right. So then going about the same distance over, we're going to put the needle in, go straight through to the other side, just like we've been doing. Push it through and pull the yarn through. Then we're just going to repeat this all the way across until we get to the other side. Now this here, this little spot here where we pulled out the elastic, that's your center point, or it should be pretty close to the center point of his face. Again, scooch over the same amount of space and pull the yarn through to the other side. Okay, now skipping over to the other side of the piece of elastic. Again, keeping the same distance. Push it through. Those are going through easier. Must have been trying to go through double layers of fabric on the other side. I'll scooch it down just a smidge. Okay, so now we've gotten 3 on this side, and then here we are in the center one with 1. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be my center X. So I've got 3 on this side. This is my center. So I'm going to do 3 more on this side and end up even with his mouth over here, or close to it. Alrighty, and that's what we've got so far. If you turn him over, he looks like this. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to work our way back across. So we've just made this last little slant. Oh, on earth, got fuzz on you. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back across this one to create our first X. So we're going to go into this, the next to last slant that we made here. So we're going to back up 1 and go right here, and then we're just going to push straight through, and we're going to come out right here, or as close to right there as possible. Y'all see that? Pull it through. Again, this is not easy. This is the hardest part of making these little suckers, is getting the darn needle through. Okay, pull this back up just a smidge. Okay, so now we've made 1 little X here. And then we're going to repeat that back across. Pull my yarn up a little. So we went in here. So now we're going to jump over and go into this one. Push it straight through and try to come out as close to the same spot as you did before. Creating the little X's, and then just continue that all the way back across, jumping over and going into the previous one and out the same. And for the last one, you're going to go back in here where you started. Push it straight across so there's not a stitch for you to come back through, or is there? Oh, there it is. I'll go back up through that one. And straight across. Thank you. Okay. And then pull it through. Jeez Louise. He's Okay. Alrighty. And there are your little X's. They don't really look like X's, but they are. I'll show you. It's hard to see them, but we've got one here. X, 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 X. They're all there. Probably could have spaced them out a little further on old Bert here. He's skinnier than Oscar. Okay, so I'm going to leave my little needle on there for a second. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tie a knot attaching it to our working yarn here. Ta-da! I'm going to toss you over here. Now I'm going to grab my smaller hook. And I'm going to go right here through the center of the first X. All right, Bert, you are just not cooperating with me, are you? And we're going to draw up a loop with our working yarn. Pull it back through, chain one, give it a tug. That's just so that our working yarn now becomes a loop on the hook. Now working into each of these stitches across, we're just going to work a single crochet. I said stitches, each of the X's. So there's one. And you may have to finagle them around here. Yeah, I should have spaced these out a little bit more on old Bertsky here because he is skinnier than Oscar. This yarn is very soft and therefore maybe a little splitty. Got it through the blue one, now through the orange. Whew, goodness gracious. Okay. It really should not be that hard, and I did not get it all the way under there. Come on, Bert. Okay. I got it that time, y'all. And single crochet. Thought I kept it loose, but apparently I did not. Oh, there we go. Got it under both of them. Sweet. That's my center one. Easier to do than those first ones. Now watch me say that, and then this one won't be. And single. Ta-da! Okay, I worked a single crochet all the way across. I am scooting my workstation and everything. Holy smokes. Okay, we're going to put you back over here. All right, now that we've worked this here, I'm going to swap out. That's all I'm using this E-hook for. I'll just put it on the screen. It's an E-hook, which is a 3.5 millimeter. Okay, so now I'm going to switch off to my K hook, which is a 6.5 millimeter. And that's what I'm going to use. That is what I'm going to use for the rest of this tutorial. And what we are going to be doing is the moss stitch, because that is the stitch of the month for January 2024. So what we are going to do is we are going to chain one and turn. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build him up pretty quick to make him a little bit wider. So we're going to work in these first 3 single stitches single crochet stitches, we're going to work 2 single crochet in each of those stitches. In this center stitch, we're just going to work 1. And then in these last 3, we're going to work 2 single crochet stitches in each one. And that's just so that it keeps our stitch count odd. So in this first one, we're going to work 2 single crochet. In this next one, we're going to work 2 single crochet. In this next one, we're going to work 2 single crochet. I can get my hook in there. Okay, so now you should have 6 single crochet in this one here in the center. We're going to work 1 single crochet. And then 2 single crochet in each of the last 3 stitches. All right, there we go. Now you should have 13 single crochets going across there. Oh, look, that's pulling really cute. It's going to stop pulling all cute like that here in just a minute, but that's really cute. Okay, then we're going to chain 1 and turn. Okay, now I'm going to pull that right here. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of this other yarn here that's hiding out that I still had the needle on. I'm going to go ahead and weave this through here, through a few of these stitches. Let's see, where are you coming out at? I'll just go right through here. So I'm just going to put it through there, thread it through. I'm going to weave it back and forth 2 or 3 times. So there's 3 times. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it from here and I'm going to jam it right back into Bert here. Come out over here somewhere. That's just going to bury that tail down into the stuffy. Into this little stuffed head, grab my scissors, and then I'm going to snip this yarn. I'm going to snip it right down here close to the stuffed head. And then that way, give it a little, now his tail is hidden inside of the head. This I'm just going to set aside. Okay. All right, and then we're going to do one more wonky increase. We're going to increase every other stitch. So in this first stitch, we're going to just do 1 single crochet. In this next one, we're going to work 2 single crochet. Then we're going to go 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you should have 1 single crochet left, and in that last single crochet you're going to work 1 single crochet. Okay, and this is what it's going to look like so far, and don't worry about it being all puckery like that. That's okay. It'll flatten itself out here in a little bit because you want it to be kind of bunched up, because it's going to be okay. I promise. Chain 1. All right, for this row is not an increased row. Oh, after that you should have 19 single crochet. So into this first stitch here, we're going to work a single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, into the next one, work a single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, into the next one, work a single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, and single crochet. We're going to do this all the way across. Now if your stitch count is a little different than mine from the get-go, you just want to make sure on the row, this row here that we just finished, make sure that it is an odd number of stitches. Chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet all the way across. Okay, I have 2 stitches left, so I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, and into that last one work a single crochet. Chain 1 and turn. Okay, into this first single crochet, work a single crochet, chain 1, and then into this first chain 1 space we're going to work a single crochet, and that's going to give us an increase. And then we're going to chain 1, skip the single crochet, and then work a single crochet into that chain 1 space, chain 1, skip, and into this single crochet work a single crochet. Into the chain 1 space, work a single crochet, chain 1, skip the single crochet into the chain 1 space, work a single crochet. And from here on out, each row is going to increase by 2 stitches. So it's going to increase by 1 single crochet and 1 chain 1 space. Now what I tend to do on these increase type projects, I'm only going to count my single crochets when I'm trying to keep up with my stitch count. I don't count the chain 1 space. And by doing that, every row is going to increase by 1 single crochet stitch. Okay, so I just worked a single crochet into that last chain 1 space, chain 1, and let me back up. Got ahead of myself, y'all. Okay, into this last chain 1 space, we're going to work a single crochet, chain 1, and then work a single crochet in that first, or in that very last single crochet of the row before. Okay, and then that's what you've got right now. That's what you're looking at. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1 and turn. Into this first single crochet, work a single crochet, and I'm going to count that as 1. Chain 1. Into this space, work a single crochet, and that's going to be number 2. Chain 1, skip that single crochet into that chain 1 space, work a single crochet, so that's going to be 3. Chain 1, skip into the chain 1 space, 4 single crochet. Chain 1, skip the single crochet into that chain 1 space, work a single crochet, that will be number 5. Chain 1, skip that single crochet into that chain 1, that'll be number 6. Chain 1, skip the single crochet into that chain 1 space, work a single crochet, that will be 7. Chain 1, 8, chain 1, 9, chain 1, 10, chain 1, Okay, so you should have one chain one space left. And I didn't count. But see how he's starting to lay flat now? Turn him so he doesn't have a shadow on his face. Okay, so let me count these up since I didn't count that right. Let's see. So this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was right. Okay, 12. That's what I was going to say, but then, oh my goodness. Y'all, my brain. Okay, so 12. So then on the next one, when I get across, I should have 13 single crochets. So this is all you're going to do. You're going to chain one turn. You're going to do an increase on every row. And you'll just repeat that until you get the project as wide as you want. So on this row, we're going to work a single crochet, chain one into that first single crochet. We're going to work in that, goodness me, single crochet in the first stitch, chain one, single crochet into the first chain one space, chain one, and then we're going to jump and do a single crochet, chain one in each of the chain one spaces. And I'm only going to count the single crochets so you can see what I'm talking about when I say each one will increase by 1. So we just did 12 single crochets on the row before. So here we go. Chain one. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pull these apart here so you can see that last chain one space. 12, chain one, and work your 13th stitch into that last single crochet. So I went from 12 up to 13 single crochets. So each row going forward is going to increase by 1 single crochet. Now you're increasing by 2 stitches, the single crochet and the chain one space, but it's just a lot easier to keep track if you only count the single crochets. And then you're going to continue this until you get the project as wide as you want. So keep going until you get this as long as you want, and then I'll meet back with you. I did Oscar. I measured him. He was about 14 inches wide. So I'm going to keep going on this one until I get it quite a bit wider, and then I'm going to see when I want to start going straight down, and I will meet y'all back there. Alrighty, y'all. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so I have stopped here where I have 28 single crochets going across here, or 55 total stitches. Okay, so 28 single crochets, and now we're just gonna take it and let it just go straight down from here on out. Okay, so to do that, you're going to chain one and turn your work, and then you're just going to work the standard moss stitch. This first stitch is going to be a single crochet. Into this chain one space, you're going to work a single crochet. You're no longer going to do a chain one after, so you're just going to go straight into this chain one space and work a single crochet. And then you're going to repeat the same pattern that you've been doing, which is chain one, skip a single crochet, jump over to the chain one space and work a single crochet. And you're going to do that all the way across until you get to the other side. And then when you get to that last chain one space, I will meet up with you there. Okay, so we've got the one chain one space left, so we're going to jump over here into this chain one space, work a single crochet, do not chain one, and then just work a single crochet into that last stitch. And now we're going to chain one and turn. So there were no increases on that row. So into this first single crochet, work a single crochet, chain one, and now we're going to skip this single crochet that we did in the chain one space below. So we're going to skip that single crochet and jump over here to this chain one space and work a single crochet. Chain one, skip a single crochet into the chain one space. And then you're going to do that all the way across, and that is the repeat for this part of the pattern. Just single crochet, chain one, skip the single crochet into the chain one space. Then when you get to those last two single crochets, I'll meet up with you at the other side. Okay, I've just worked my single crochet chain one in that last chain one space, and I have two single crochets left. So I'm going to skip this single crochet and then work a single crochet into that very last single crochet. Chain one and turn, and then you're just going to repeat those last two rows until you either run out of yarn or get your project as long as you want. So to get you started on this one, you'll work a single crochet into that first single crochet, work a single crochet into that chain one space, and then chain one, skip the single crochet and work a double or single crochet into that chain one space, and repeat that all the way across. Chain one, skip, single crochet. And then when you work that last single crochet into the chain one space, the very last chain one space, then you'll finish off the row by working a single crochet into that last single crochet stitch. Chain one, turn your work, start off with single crochet, chain one, skip a stitch, work a single crochet into the chain one space, whoop, drop my hook, and just keep on going all the way across until you get your project as long as you want. And when I get mine almost finished, I will meet y'all back up here and show you how it's looking. And then you can choose at that point if you want to just fasten it off, ending with the moss stitch, or if you want to do a single crochet or half double or whatever kind of ending border section that you want to do. That will be up to you. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it. I might just let it finish off with the moss stitch. We'll just have to see when I get down that far. Alright, I'll meet y'all at the end. Alrighty, y'all, I got this much yarn left. Boop, boop. I'm going to attempt to do a final row of single crochet all the way across, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Hopefully I have enough yarn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work a single crochet in each and every stitch. So work a single crochet into the single crochet, work a single crochet into the chain one space, single crochet into the single into, get up in the screen here, single into the chain one, single into the single into the chain one, and repeat that all the way across. And then we shall see if I can make it across, and then I'll show you what little old Bert looks like. Oh, I lost it, yarn chicken, y'all. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3. You know what? We're gonna back it up. We'll try that again. I'll back it up to right here. Tighten up my stitches just a smidge. If I can get it in the little hole there. Still not gonna have enough. Doggone it. Well, let's see. That's not gonna give me enough to weave in the tail. I think I'm gonna have to pull this one back, y'all. I mean, it made it, but just, I mean, barely. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like if you wanted to back out and do a row, a last row with being single crochet. So there's what little birdie Bert looks like, and that is what the end looks like if you do it with a row of single crochet to end it off. Ta-da! He ended up being about 13. Whoopsie, let me pull it up where y'all can see here. He ended up being about 13 inches wide. So, yeah. Yeah, about 13. Yeah, 13. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. I pulled that row back out and tightened up my stitches just a little bit. And then, now I have enough to weave in my tails. Woohoo! Okay, so from, let me go over here. From neck to bottom, he is about 11 inches. And at the widest part here, he is about 13 inches. So that's little Bert. Just turn a little head this way. Thanks y'all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Remember, be creative, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye!